Was Rudy drunk at the...
Speaking of 9/11 luminaries showing up wasted. Now, to be fair...
we don't know if he's wasted. But...
We don't know. We're not like a walking breathalyzer from afar. It's just a little goofy way to go to 9/11. This is Rudy Giuliani basically made his name and millions off of 9/11. One of his he looks back on that day fondly as a way in which he basically just made a ton of cash,
and then
that changed the trajectory of his life.
Ran for president, failed, that kind of thing.
Now, credit where credit's due. Giuliani showed up at some 9/11 event. Donald Trump showed up at, he did color commentary for a fight in Vegas.
Yeah.
And also did a speech for the Reverend Moon in favor of the Reverend Moon paid gig. But here is Rudy Giuliani telling everybody what's freaking what's going on around 9/11.
She said, you did a wonderful job.
Oh, pause it for 1 second.
I'm sorry.
This is not. We should be clear. This is not from the Comedy Cellar. This is Rudy Giuliani, and he is at a 9/11 event, and he is recounting on how he was hailed by the Queen. This is at a memorial dinner at Cipriani's, and he is talking about how the Queen. He did a really good job.
The stuff going on.
Teeth are falling out.
Just in case anybody doesn't know who I'm talking about, I'm going to do her voice.
She said, you did a wonderful job on September 11. And therefore, I'm making you an honorary knight, commander of the Royal something or other. I turned down a knighthood because if you took a knighthood, you had to lose your citizenship. I know Prince Andrew is very questionable now. I never went out with him. Ever. Never had a drink with him. Never was with a woman or a young girl with him. Ever. One time, I met him in my office, and one time when we had the party. Right, Bernie? You were there.
Oh, is Bernie Carrick out of prison? Oh, yeah, Bernie Carrick's out of prison, right? And he's been out of prison for a while. That was, incidentally, Bernie Carrick was his police chief. And the guy that he proposed to, I think it was George W. Bush, be head of Homeland Security. Until they found out we can't. He's actually going to be arrested and go to jail, not be chief of Homeland Security. Now, Donald Trump pardoned him. So I guess it's unfair of me. Now he's gone the straight and narrow. But there it is. You remember when we had Andrew in there? Remember Bernie?
Why was his denial so we only we were only in the room once, right? Not these other times, not these other very specific locations and meetups.
Yeah, it's an odd joke to make the same day that I think Michael Wolff was reporting that Steve Bannon was coaching Jeffrey Epstein for a CBS interview.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's also kind of a weird place to joke about it.
I want to also remind people
9/11 memorial
that there was extensive reporting that Rudy Giuliani did not listen to the advice that he received from his personnel as to where to place the disaster command center for New York City. It was widely reported that all the advice he had prior to 2001 was to place that in Brooklyn. However, it was placed at the World Trade Tower 7 building. And at the very least, it was reported by the late Wayne Barrett of the Village Voice that Giuliani used that command center as a place to maintain an affair he was having. I can't remember if it was with the woman he was cheating on his first wife with, or the woman that he was cheating on who ultimately became his second wife and was cheating on with her with. Look, I'm not I'm not moralizing. However, when you say we should have the command center should be in New York because I might need a place to, I might need a love shack. And it ends up being completely inoperable on 9/11. So there was no way for the police to communicate with the fire department. That's what that command center was supposed to do.
So when Rudy was going up there all the time to just check on the technology, he wasn't
alone.
He wasn't tuning it up.
He wasn't alone. But understand, there's every reason to believe that a lot of firefighters died because of that decision to place that command center in Manhattan. And it ended up being right next to the World Trade Center. Like literally that building was, I believe, detonated, I think, if I remember correctly. In part, I think because there was so much diesel fuel in the thing. And I think they were afraid that was going to be a problem. And then, of course, also, we should just, since we're talking about love shacks, one of the apartments that was donated near the pit, near the pile, rather, for first responders to go and rest, was also used by Bernie Kerik and Rudy Giuliani to maintain affairs. So, good guys. Good guys. There really is, in my mind, nothing that can befall those guys. There's nothing so bad that they wouldn't have it coming if I believed in any type of like karma or something like that. It's hard to believe in something like karma and still see them able to walk around and talk and enjoy life in any fashion whatsoever. Really reprehensible. Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really. Thank you.